Others land on Tulagi Island. Violently opposed by Japanese Marines, American Marines fight their way ashore.
As soon as the Japanese forces had captured Tulagi in May 1942, they began constructing bunkers and other military facilities on the island. The Japanese constructed defenses around Hill 281, an elevated position crucial to the defenders of the island. 4 months after the Japanese invasion of Tulagi, the Allies initiated Operation Watchtower, also known as the Guadalcanal Campaign. It marked the beginning of Allied offensive operations in the Pacific, and landings on both Tulagi and Guadalcanal initiated the 6-month-long campaign and a series of combined arms battles between Allied and Japanese forces in the Solomon Islands area. At 0800 on August 7th, United States Marines from the 1st Raider Battalion and 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines, would land together on Beach Blue. As the U.S. Marines approached the beaches, the commander of the 3rd Kura SNLF, Masaki Suzuki, ordered his troops into pre-prepared defensive positions and signed off with a message, "Troop strength is overwhelming. We will defend to the last man." Alright guys, welcome back to Tulagi. I'm super excited to be back with yet another battle from the Pacific Theater here in World War II. Today we're going to be playing as the United States Marine Corps. We're not going to really be controlling any of the Marines on the ground, but we're going to make sure that the boys get ashore and that they dismount out of the water buffaloes and whatnot. We've got some interesting vehicles in play here today, so I'm super excited. Well, the Japanese SNLF has received armored reinforcements, the Special Naval Landing Force, which is the full name for the Japanese Marine Corps. It did actually have armor under its what would you call it, under its organization, to be exact. So we do have some light and medium tanks spread out throughout the map. The Japanese have also built more bunkers. They've landed lots of Zeros on the airfield here, and they should get out because the Marines are going to be all over this place in just minutes. They've also captured some Lewis guns and whatnot that the Australians left behind, so there's plenty of interesting fortifications and emplacements. I'm sure we'll see them all in action throughout the game itself. We've got a nice auto gun up here. It's like a 25 or 27 millimeter gun. We've got lots of bunker areas here that the U.S. Air Force has been hitting now for the last couple of days. You can tell that there's some dents and buckles. Here's an interesting Type 89, I believe, or Type 98. Well, I'm not overly knowledgeable when it comes to Japanese tanks. This here is Hill 281. We have to capture this flag, and there's plenty of cool little emplacements around it as well. So I'm super excited to get into the fight. We're going to be well, you already know, we're going to be on the United States Marine Corps side today, so we'll leave the Japanese to their fate. It's going to be a very bloody battle. Do read up on the invasion of Tulagi in August. It sort of started the Guadalcanal campaign together with, of course, the landings on Guadalcanal. Some really bloody reading. Poor defenders. The Japanese were quite diehard when it came to holding their ground. Alright, let's click start. And let's get the battle started. I'm super excited to see the amphibious crafts come in here. We've got the 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines on the left side, and we have the 1st Raider Battalion on the far right. We'll look at them later, but the main action is going to go down here. So we're going to keep an eye on this section here. This is going to be quite intense. We have a Japanese machine gun already opening fire there at the right side. Here's a dock, or like a seaplane dock, I presume you can call it. The Japanese constructed many of those during the war, and especially on Tulagi. The Marines and the supporting water buffaloes are going ashore. See some of the MG nests down here that the Japanese are hiding in and opening fire at the invading U.S. Marines. We have a few dug-out trenches up here. Look at that. And the guns used today are pretty much the same that we saw in the previous video, or at least any other videos, or at least the Battle of Guam one. That was in 1941. This is in 1942. The U.S. Marines will be using the M50 Riesing. I believe it's called Rising or Riesing. And it was produced in large quantities, or maybe not large. 27,000, I think, were built. And they were first used on August 7th during the Guadalcanal campaign. And this is indeed August 7th. So the Marines will be using it today, along with the good old classic Springfield and the BAR. The Japanese have got some Type 100 SMGs. They were only really given out to the NCOs towards the end of 1941. And they never really began producing them in large quantities until 1943. So we will see a few SMGs on the Japanese side today as well. And right now, there is a 25mm gun back here that is just destroying the attacking Marines. And I'm in charge of the water buffaloes today. That is my job. They're on hold position so that they don't really mess too many things up here on the beach. So I'm going to go ahead and give them some directives. And first of all, I'm going to remove the silhouettes because they're quite ridiculous. And since there's so much vegetation on the map, we're going to be seeing blue troopers all over the place if we have it enabled. I'm going to go ahead and target that guy, make sure he fires HE. And we're going to move it up and take it out. I think we got the gun. There's a tank on our left. It's also taking some fire from elsewhere. I'm going to bring up the LVT-1 with the 37mm main gun up top. And sometimes it gets so loud when recording videos that I actually don't hear what I'm saying. That can make me mispronounce things. Like yesterday in the Star Wars video, I said clowns instead of clones at one point. And a million of you decided to point that out, which was a little annoying. But you're right, I did mispronounce it. This guy is going to try and get up here. We're going to move him up. We don't want to move this guy too far up without any infantry support. We just took a shot from a 40mm or 40... Is it a 75mm? I'm not sure if it's like a Type 47, 75mm mountain gun back there or some sort. Really dangerous stuff. We don't want to get too close to that. Okay, that path has been blocked off a bit now. We have more Marines moving up the center. Got some interesting machine gun positions in this bunker here. This dugout bunker protecting the hill. That's some really good stuff, and that's going to be giving our Marines a hard time, I'll tell you that much. Okay, the vehicles on this side have been completely knocked out. We might as well move up these guys here. We do have 50 caliber machine guns along with 30 cals on it, so definitely something we want to add to the battle itself. It's a little tight to get off the beach. A lot of stones, tricky vegetation and terrain, so we'll have to try and find some areas where we can roll our vehicles out of. Oh, that's good. That tank is still active, so we're going to fire an AP shell at it. We're going to ride up behind it. Hopefully we don't take any fire from that mountain gun. Oh, we're going to tip that water buffalo over. We did take a shot, but it didn't take us out. That's good. Load up AP. Load up some Audemars Piguet, and boom! Right in the rear. And this has kind of opened up this side. That's nice. We're going to back off. So yeah, I'll be in charge of the vehicles. It's really hard for the AI to use them properly. This is the vegetation and terrain. Our Marines have come to a bit of a halt here. This is just the first company of the 2nd Battalion that is invaded, so we're going to receive more reinforcements just shortly. How's it looking for the Raiders? You Raiders are owning it up, I hope. We've got some interesting positions. The Raiders look a little differently. They've got the camo-covered helmets, which is really cool. And they've also been working... look at this, one of the Japanese machine guns positions. This used to be like a wooden structured bunker. That's been entirely taken out. But we don't want to get too close to the airport. There's some nasty AA guns here and lots of machine guns. Sniper up here on the water tower. That's really cool. Yeah, there's a sniper in there. I see his little ghillie suit. But the bunker emplacements here near Hill 281 are still fully functional. Fully in action. Yeah, that mountain gun is still opening fire, so we're going to go ahead and back up. I think it's about time to bring in the 2nd company. I can hear the water buffaloes out there outside the shoreline approaching. So I'm excited to welcome them to the beach. We've given them some breathing room. They're going to be able to dismount their troops somewhat in a relaxed pace, so to speak. But they'll definitely have to move up to assist our other Marines who are currently battling the inland forces. Excellent, the second company has arrived. Alright guys, let's dismount and let's get into the fight. We're gonna need more armor here on the left side. We're gonna bring up one more of these LVT-1s here to the left side. So this is quite an early water buffalo. I think the LVT-4 was nicknamed the water buffalo, but the previous ones, I'm not sure. LVT-1s, that's for sure. Oop, I have a little editor glitch there. Sometimes things are randomly selected for no reason. You have to kind of like get into the editor mode and just tab out of it. That tank there is a type... Is it a type 89? Or, no, actually, in fact, this here used to be a type... This is, well, used to be at least. It's not a tank anymore. It's a destroyed one, but it was a type 89. God, I can't remember those little Japanese names they add to the tanks. They're all like, they all sound the same, and that's not meant to sound racist or anything, but it's like Shiga, Shihu, Hugi, Haga, Huru, Hara, Hiri, Hara, Hihi, Ha, you know. It's like short... Usually C's and H's and A's and R's and O's and in little combinations. It's like its own little alphabet there. It's I understand that it makes perfect sense to a fluently Japanese speaking person, but it's not like Panther or Tiger, or maybe it is. I don't know. Or they all just sound extremely similar. We're moving up on hill at 281 now. And we got more troops closer here. The machine gun is definitely keeping people back. They're like, shit, we can't go up this right now. They're like right there, but they're being pinned. Wow, the mountain gun just took out the LVT-1 on this side. And this one is still taking fire, so we're going to bring it up to like a bit of a high ground and see if we can shoot it from afar. Let's load HE and let's move it up. Oh, we're still taking so much fire. Let's try and move a water buffalo up in the way of the whole spectacle. This is really intense. This is like the best landing I've had in a long while. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm getting the historical. I don't know what you want to call it. History hard on. That rhymes. Okay, come on. No, let's try this. I think we got it. Nope. We did not. There we go. Now we got it. We have some more Marines just moving up here, covering fire. Look at that. Look at the Japanese. Look at one of those captured Lewis guns, like a tripod. It's super cool. We're gonna capture this bloody hill so we can support our men here on the right side. There's still plenty of Japanese troops here just holding out in these positions. Oh, we've killed the men inside. Look at that. We've finally cleared out the machine guns. So now the Marines are starting to move up. I think that could have been the 50 cals and the water buffalo, as a matter of fact. I wonder if they're powerful enough to knock out some of the armor. Let's take that 50 cal. Let's just open up on this light tank and see if we can shred it and see if some good old Browning can do it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Look at that fireworks show. 4th of July came early. Or came late, I guess. It's August 7th. I turn around to the left. And with that being said, I think the Marines on this side will be perfectly capable of clearing out the rest of this mystery of an island. I don't think we even need any more Marines up here. We have a whole squad. Don't have a flag with us. That'll come later, but for now that is looking pretty good. People here on this side are kind of bogged down. Not much going on. We do have more vehicles at our disposal. I'm going to definitely bring up another tank because there's more heavier Japanese armor to face further inlands. We need to be able to bring up the supporting vehicles here. That is my objective. That is my job. Open up with that 50. Love the sound of the 30 cal. All these vehicles here are disabled. There's no way they're going to kick back in action anytime soon. It's too late for that, but we have plenty of Marines moving up. Look at this. Move, move, move! We're going to set up a perimeter here by the river. I've seen this river before. How are the raiders doing? Ah, they're doing something. I'm sure they've got more platoons coming in. We're taking fire up here. Yeah, we're just taken out by one of the tanks. See if we can we return fire on that? And like pronto? The Japanese tank just took us out. Return fire. I don't know if we're going to be able to take it out of this range. We'll have to find out. We're sure as hell going to be trying. Ain't no American ever lived that didn't try to do something. Trying doing everything. I'm not sure what in context I meant that, but we took it out. Sweet. We'll pull it back. Pull it back. Pull it back. Oh, he tried to throw a grenade away and he accidentally blew himself up. That is unfortunate. Well, it looks like our Marines are starting to capture Hill 281. Good capture. There's still lots of Japanese troops back here, though. They're holding, but we're progressing. We're going to be advancing over some pretty big open grounds here soon. So let's bring in more raiders and the third company here of the second battalion, rather, 5th Marines. Sorry about that. All right, the third company of the 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines has arrived. Plenty of Marines coming up the shore, and another company here from the 1st Raider Battalion has also arrived. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's bring these guys up closer. We'll have them dismount a little further inland. That might be a little more convenient. And let's send some armor down the beach. Let's send up one of these water buffaloes to the height. Let's get one around the open plain. Yeah, let's bring it to the faces of the Japanese. Let's land right up in their gobs and see what they'll do about that. Look at this. We got a lot of troops here by the hillside. Just opening fire there at the defending Japanese troops across the river. I think sooner or later we'll have to kind of come down on the flank. I think we're about to do that right now. I'm going to take... These two are going to go around. I'm going to land up there. And over there. My Marines sure do like getting stuck, so I'm going to have to... I'm legitimately going to have to give them a minor helping hand in getting the hell out of this debacle. We don't want to get them stuck in trenches, have a whole platoon sitting by like they're looking at a Sunday game show. We're starting to assault the airfield now. We're taking mortar fire. And our raiders are going to be the ones who are attacking the airfield. I don't see no point in holding back. We attacked with overwhelming strength historically, so we'll bloody well overwhelm the Japanese. And you know what they said about fighting to the last man? There was like 400 Japanese soldiers who died defending the island till the very last man. That is ridiculous. It's not very common to have those last man standing battles, to be honest. Of course it is in games, because you kind of end a game when everyone has died or on one side of the fight, so to speak. But in reality, it would hardly ever take more than 10% or 15% or even 20% of or even less than that, of a unit, a company, a battalion, or a division, or whatever, to realize they've lost and then pull back or surrender. That's how it would pretty much be all the times. Depending on the war, of course, and what weapons were used. Look at that. They're dug out here in the open field. Got some pretty good positions. Well, more Marines are coming up. Holy shit. Just lost an LVT-1 there to a nasty AA gun back there. We're going to shoot it in the face and see what happens. Blow! Oh, we missed. Come on. Blow! We got it. This is crazy. This is some real Iwo Jima stuff going on right now. There's a sense of cinematic value to this that you just don't get anywhere else. Nowhere but on DiplexHeated. Okay. We can't get up here, so we'll have to drive around. We're going to turn this guy around. We're really assaulting the airfield with the water buffaloes. This is crazy. Some of these vehicles are still active. The Japanese are obviously going to have some kind of AT weaponry further back, too. Look at the guy up there in the water tower. We're going to shoot him down. Oh. Our 37mm shells don't seem to be enough to bring down that tin tower. But okay. Got some smoke clouds coming up from the airfield back here. We have an explode vehicle here. Don't know how that exploded, but that's really cool. We have a bunker back there. We have more mortars here in the center. You hear them firing at our advancing U.S. troops. Let's see if we can drive in between some of the tank blockades here, tank obstacles. A Czechoslovakian hedgehog found its way into the Pacific. Let's see if we can do that again. Let's see if we can get through, or if it's going to clip weirdly. Look at the model and texture of this tank, by the way. Come on. There is a way. There's a will, there's a way. That's the American spirit. There we go. We just opened dog 1 here, and oh, look at they rammed the bunker. That is mad. That is absolutely crazy. We need more Marines on the field. I'm gonna go ahead and sacrifice some of my crew just to get more guys on the ground. We do need them. There's still Japanese riflemen just laying around here, opening fire, trying to kill everything that gets close. And I understand that they're doing so, because that is ultimately their objective today. Okay, once again, we don't want to get too many Marines stuck here around the... oh, there's still Japanese troops hiding in the little trenches here. Like, we're not even approaching the airport from this side yet, because there's still so many enemies around. Let's move up the tanks. I did say I wasn't going to control any Marines, but the task at hand demands me, or requires me, by law, the law of the editor, the law of DiplexHeated, to make sure that these Marines don't stand around looking silly. That's not what the US Marines would do. So let's bring them up to the fight where they are needed. We don't want them just running around some trenches up here where they've already dealt with all the opposition. Look at this. Beautiful. This flag will be American very soon instead of Japanese. But look at the chaos the Japanese has dealt to us, though. Let's not forget the almost countless lives of Americans that we've lost getting so far. And it's not over yet. You still hear the Arisaka rifles and the Springfields and Type 99 light machine guns and whatnot opening up in the distance. Let's just enjoy this final push here. Look at that. It's like that tiger in Saving Private Ryan, the one that comes over the end there. That just like almost like flips. It's super cool. Oh man, he's cutting people down with that Type 100. Oh, he's an officer too. So the NCOs and officers mainly had it, and in August 7th, the Marine Corps, the Marine Corps started using the M50 Rising. Let's make sure that's the right name for the weapon. Yes, sir. M50 Rising. It's a Rising, not a Rising. The Rising, it would be a Rising if it had the I before the E, but it's a Rising indeed. And there's a Type 99 machine gunner back here that's still shooting at our poor US Marines who have gone through so much today. But we'll stay true to the historical accuracy. Not a single Japanese soldier will survive. They've all defended to the very last man, and I must say, very, very good job. You've done excellent. You have killed or have fought bravely and trying to defend the airport, or the island itself, of course. Let's do a little peekaboo. Oh shit, he was the one who peekabooed us. Okay. Not quite happy with the historical accuracy until the last man is dead. There we go, we got him. Good shot, good shot. All right, Raiders from the 1st Marine Raider Battalion, and of course, the regular Marines from the 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines have done excellent today. Let's take a look at the casualties. U.S. Marines dead in yellow, Japanese deaths in red, and as you can tell, well, the Japanese may have lost all hundreds and hundreds of defenders today, but the soil is quite majorly littered with dead Marines today. That's usually what happens when you attack entrenched positions. It doesn't matter how good you are. When you go up against the positions like this, it's going to get costly, and has been costly for both sides. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. It was a big one, it was a long one, it was a gory one. Everyone likes a bloody landing, don't we? Especially with these awesome vehicles. A beautiful map as well. Sweet stuff. Great stuff. Let's continue the Guadalcanal campaign. I've got more amazing battles on the way. I'm having a Wake Island map made by the very same map creator of this map. And it's going to be absolutely amazing. Can't wait to do a Wake Island battle, back and forth though between the Japanese and the Allies, mainly the U.S. Marines, of course, and more, perhaps a little Guadalcanal action. You know, some of that on the main island there. Yep. Welcome back. It's secured. It's quiet. Not a single gunshot can be heard. It's been a pretty insane battle. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys soon again. Bye.